Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine with a 7-card spread. Today this reading is going to be different. Last night I didn't get no sleep because Spirit was in my head talking to me. And it's been on my mind all day long that I have to get this message out. So this is going to be about New World Order. Okay. So I asked the cards, is this the beginning of the New World Order? What do we expect with it? And what is the outcome? So I drew these cards here. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So this is the first thing I've noticed myself too today. And I'll tell you about my experience with it. This has to do with money. Okay. So this is a new way of focusing on how we're going to use money. So today when I went to Which, it's a sandwich place where you buy sandwiches. They're not accepting money like dollar bills or coins anymore. They're only accepting credit card, debit card, or Cash App or something like that. Okay, so I see this going to be in many, many places now due to the, due to the virus. They're afraid to contract it through money. So this is going to be growing really, really fast. A lot of people, businesses are going to be doing this. All restaurants are going to close. Like, you're not going to be able to do like buffets anymore. The things are going to be just served to you. Okay. Or there's going to be a lot of drive-throughs, but there's not going to be any more buffets. Those will become a thing of the past. Okay. Due to, getting sick. I see using money to pay, like cash money to pay for stuff, will also become a thing of the past. Give it a year or two and it will no longer exist in the form of payment. Everything's going to be through credit card, debit card, Cash App, or using your phone apps, to pay for stuff at restaurants, for merchandise. More things is going to be done online, more than ever now. Okay, so I do see that coming. I see... for our young generation that's being born now, when they turn like 18 or 19, they won't even know what money looks like. They'll only see pictures of it, if we last that long. Okay. New World Order is a way of a government controlling not just their own government, but the whole world. And that's what's happening now. This disease is pandemic, so it's controlling the whole world right now. Okay, who leashed it out? Someone leashed it out to control the whole world. And that's what's pretty much happening. They're controlling the way we spend money, the way we are doing things now. Things are being locked down. I heard of a hospital that locked all their doors down. And security was at every door. And the only people that could come in was the employees, and that's it. Gyms are closing down. Daycares are closing down. Lots of businesses closed down, especially food businesses. The United States is going to lose trillions of money, not just billions or millions, but trillions of loss due to this virus. So yes, this is the very, very beginning, just the tip of the iceberg of the New World Order. If you haven't read about it, look it up. Okay? We're not going to be the same anymore. When this virus passes, and I do feel like it's going to eventually pass or calm down, we're going to be a whole different nation. The way we do things, the way we communicate, the way we spend money, the way just everything's going to change. I'm seeing people that are in cafeterias, like let's say a lunch cafeteria, each table will be 6 feet apart. And they'll only be seated one or two people at a time. And there's going to be an order that says 10 or more people can't be in the same room at the same time, no matter where you're at. I see an order for that somehow. Somebody writing that down, or excuse me, or something like that. So why is all this happening? Okay, because somebody leashed out the virus to control population and to control the world. Okay. That's New World Order. Excuse me, I'm coughing more today than I was yesterday. Okay, so sorry. Um, with the Ace of Wands, this is the hand of the universe, handing a new. This is new beginnings. Um, so this is the universe, meaning the change is coming. The change is already here. Okay, the new beginning of the new world order is here. This is just the very tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to come. And are we prepared for it? No, but we're going to get prepared for it really, really quick. I mean, it's coming. These changes are occurring quickly. So, all of us are going to be forced into following the New World Order, the way money is spent, the way we visit people, the way we, communicate. Everyone's going around wearing a mask or gloves, punching the elevator with their elbows just not to touch their hands with the buttons. I saw that a lot today. I even did it. When I went up and down the elevator, I punched my elbow to the button because I didn't want to touch it with my hands. I went to the restaurant, which, and I had to pay with credit card. They were no longer accepting cash. When I was at the gym the other day, they used to take my little keychain and scan it, and they hand me back my keys. Now you have to scan it yourself. These tiny little changes is what I'm talking about. Okay, so a lot of things are going to change. A lot of restaurants are going to be just drive up. There's not going to be, later on, there won't be no more home deliveries. Like, people won't be delivering your food no more. That's going to become a thing of the past. In the near future, all that, what is that, Uber Eats and all those things, that's going to become a thing of the past. There's not going to be no more food deliveries. I see that in the near future, not today, not tomorrow. But I do see that coming. There won't be such thing as delivering food. You'll either have to go pick it up yourself or do a drive-through. Okay? But this is the card of new beginnings, and this is the new beginning for not just for the United States, but for the world. But I feel like it's going to affect us more. It's going to affect the United States more than any other country. So this is the money. This is the... Excuse me. Okay, so this is the card of profit and investments, but it's in the reverse. So that, again, shows money. This is all the businesses losing their investments. There's a lot of investments that are going to be lost. There's a lot of people losing their jobs. Farmers are going to lose their crops. I see that a lot. Farmers are going to lose their crops. People that are farmers, they're going to lose their crops. Failed crops. I'm hearing failed crops. I am hearing a lot of bad weather. More bad weather is coming. I don't even want to say this, but I'm hearing chemical warfare, chemical warfare, or something like that. Y'all know what I mean. That's going to create this bad weather that's coming. Yeah, I get a horrible feeling with that, a scary feeling with that. I see low economic times for us. Bonuses that aren't coming, or I see money being controlled. I see a lot of speculation. People are speculating about money. And I'm seeing a lot of mistakes being made with money where people are... they're trying to think of ways to make money, so they gamble their money. And not gambling like in casinos or stuff like that, but just taking risk with their money because everyone's going to be like low in income due to a lot of businesses closing down. The government's going to shell out lots of cash to help people. I do see that, our government. I do see them shelling out money to help the United States, but it can't go on forever unless President Trump's just going to print some more money, for free. You can get on that machine and print me a couple of thousand, But yeah, this was what this card represents, is the loss of money, things slipping away from us, and to where we get desperate. People are going to start getting desperate and thinking of different ways to make money, so that in turn makes crime go up. There'll be a lot more robberies, people robbing each other, stealing from each other, fighting each other in the stores like you see now, for the toilet paper and stuff like that. There'll be a lot more scams coming up. I hear of a scam. I'm hearing a scam of us, like a census. People wouldn't be knocking on your door saying they're taking census and they're actually going to rob you. There'll be a lot of that going on because people will be desperate for money. You know, I heard somebody screaming outside. Oh my God, that scared me. Some kids outside. Anyway, yeah, so I see a lot of that coming. So be prepared, people. Be prepared. So of course this is the card of fear and imprisonment. So that's going to throw, our nation into a huge fear. We're going to be like in a self-imposed fear. You see how she's tied up and she's blindfolded, and look where she's standing in water, and there's our home back there, but we can't reach it. We can't get to it. It seems like a far off distant land that we're trying to get to. Yesteryear, what happened to yesterday before the virus came? What happened to that? We're all going to be wishing that we were back there again, living a normal life, going to the gym, going to restaurants, serving ourselves at the buffet. That's my favorite thing, serving myself at the buffet. What happened to yesteryear? So many people are being fear because they don't know what's coming. They don't know what to expect. And this fear is going to be deep inside of them. They're going to be deep inside of them. And I do see, again, like in the reading I did yesterday, a lot of mental illness. A lot of mental illness because people become so afraid that it's going to cause like bipolar, schizophrenia. I see people taking a lot of mental medication, meds for mental, because they're not going to be able to handle the fear or anxiety that this is causing, that all these changes are causing. I see the elderly, a lot of the elderly dying off quickly. We have not got a handle on this disease yet. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I see, a lot of people still dying from it, contracting it, catching it, carrying it, There's still a lot more to come. I do see the government trying to work to get a vaccine coming, but I'm not seeing it coming anytime soon, maybe 3 to 6 months. I see it failing like the first 2 times, maybe on the 3rd time they'll get it right. And I see a woman, again, I got this yesterday in the reading, I'm getting it again today, a woman that's going to come up with a formula or something that's going to be in the vaccine or something that has to do with the chemistry or chemical or something, and she'll be recognized for that. Okay, so now with the next card, again, this is another, when it's in the upright position, this is new love coming in fast, but it's in the reverse. So I do see a lot of, again, arguments and fights. People will lose their, in the New World Order, people will lose their emotion. They'll be emotionless. They'll be walking around like robots because we're going to have to abide by a certain way of living that is not free anymore. It's not free. We're not going to be free anymore. God, who is screaming outside? Do you hear that? Tank, get over here. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on outside, but it's scaring me. Somebody's screaming. Maybe I need to call 911. Jesus. Anyway, so people are gonna be like, almost like walking around with their hearts closed, with their emotions closed. They're gonna be emotionless because they're gonna be living in a way that we're almost robots. We have to live this way that we don't want to live. So we're gonna be shut down on the inside. There won't be no more love for each other anymore. Well, everyone's going to feel like an enemy to each other. You won't know who to trust. I know this is a horrible reading, but this is what the New World Order is. It's like you're pretty much like a robot. You're walking around like a robot, and that's the way of the government. A government wants to control the world, not just their own country, but to control the world. With doing this. And this is exactly what's happening now. I see little bits and pieces of it, and it's coming in quickly. It's coming in fast. Yesterday I bought a which sandwich with cash. Today I had to buy one with my credit card. Things like that. You're going to notice, and you're going to be like, oh my God, what's going on, So we're going to see a lot of things like that popping up. Okay, so the next one, again, this is an enemy. Okay, so here's the man standing on this hill, and there's a lot of jabs poking him. People are against him, and he's poking back, but he has the advantage because he's on the hill, so he has the advantage. So a lot of us are going to be like that. Our country is going to be like that. They're going to be feeling like they're fighting a battle, which we are. We're going to be fighting a battle against this new world order. We're going to have to keep our stamina up. He's got his stamina up, but he's still, look at his face. He's still in a big way of fright. He has got fright in his face. Look at that. He's afraid. I don't know if I can make that focus. But he's still able to maintain his stamina. And many, many enemies coming at us. In the New World Order, that's what it'll feel like. Like we have a lot of enemies fighting against us. People, making us do things we don't want to do. And that's how we're going to be feeling. That's how we're going to be in that status. Again, I see with the last card, this is the card of travel, successful travel, but it's in the reverse. So a lot of countries are going to shut their doors. There's not going to be any more travel. And see, this is in the Egyptian times. So in those third world countries, there won't be no going back and forth anymore, like to Africa. I don't know if Africa's a third world country, but y'all know what I mean. But these countries are going to be shutting their doors down. It'll be even harder to get into the United States. There won't be no more, like visa passes or green card or whatever. So the travel is going to be extremely hard in the New World Order. It'll be very hard to travel outside of your own country. It might even be very hard to travel. Tank, what did I tell you? You little rascal, get over here. Lay down and quit doing that. Sorry, y'all, my puppy's acting crazy. Lay down. Okay, so there'll be less travel out of abroad. You'll have to have a certain different type of visa card, and you have to be in a certain status. Like not just anyone's going to be able to travel. You have to be in a certain status of class of people. Okay. I have to do more reading to get that out because I'm just hearing that. I'm hearing that only a certain class of people will be able to travel. And I don't know if that has to do with government or business type people or something like that, but it won't be just anybody that'll get to travel in the New World Order. Okay. People won't be coming in here and we won't be going out, which that will control a lot of the disease because that's how it got here in the first place, right? So did you know that there's a roach that's this big, those big giant water bug roaches, those came from China. Okay, and they used to come a long time ago. They came in the boats. When they came over here in the boats, those roaches were in those boats. And I read this story somewhere, y'all. So people from China, please don't get offended because I don't mean no disrespect. But I read a story about that's how they got here. And them things are hard to kill. They're big old black roach water bug things, whatever they are. And they came over here on a boat, and now there's millions of them. You can spray and you still see them. So that's how things get across us, by going back and forth. We have people traveling back and forth every day. So there'll be a different class. Only a certain class of people will get to travel. And I'm thinking it's like government people, things like that, or there'll be less shipping stuff back and forth, like even the mail, U.S. mail is going to be limited in the New World Order, will be limited of where you can ship to, and what's you can order from that's abroad. You might not be able to order things from other countries anymore, and things like that. All that is to be expected in the New World Order. Okay, so are we in the beginning of it? Yes. Spirit tells me that this is just the very tip of the iceberg. Okay, there's more to come. And when we get past this virus, another one will attack us. Okay, and then another one and another one, because that's the way of this, whoever's over the New World Order, that's the way they attack and are able to control people. That's how they want to control people. And that's how they'll be able to control people. Okay, so that's just a message from Spirit. Bothered me all night long, giving me this information in my head. I couldn't sleep. I'm so sleepy today. I had to get up and go to work. I was so sleepy at work. It was in my head all day long. Spirit kept talking to me. I was like, okay, as soon as I get home, I'll do the reading and I'll get this message out. So believe it, don't believe it, it's up to you. I know people have different views on this, but I do know that We are in the beginning of it, the very tip, the very beginning of it, and all these changes are going to come. They're going to come. So be prepared, people. And the best thing to do is come together as a nation and pray, because there's nothing more powerful in this world than prayer and God. God has a final say. So no matter what any country does to us, no matter what any disease is out there, no matter what is out there to hurt us, God has a final say so. All you have to do is believe that, you latch onto it, and you pray. God has the final say so. All right, people? Anyway, this is it for now. Thank you for watching, y'all. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.